But okay, so let me see. Let me see from let's say the 4 hours time frame. And pullback is quite pullback and so this area, of course, we're gonna get new areas. Someone was able to sell from this point. Boom, like it is very, very low. That's super amazing. So let me see if let me just see if okay, this area. If it can get into this area, what I'm just projecting where this market could get into, right? Just based off the major last high and the major low, right? So I'm looking at 4647, 4647 area, and there's also an AVG there too. So it's quite a good zone. So we anticipate and see. But that's just for the 4 hours time frame, right? For the 1 hour, okay. Seems like this is the last major high with this major low here. Let me still check. Okay, we have to work with 1 hour time frame. Um, our entry point becomes this area, where you sold up from yesterday. Yeah, where you sold up from yesterday. Am I? No, no, you sold up from this point yesterday. Because this should be an area around 8 o'clock yesterday, right? So that would be where we'll be looking at, right? Might also be a possibility that to tap into this zone still if it gets here. Might tap into this 4645. Our point was 4647. There's a possibility it might tap into this area. One short thing we know is that this market has to be bullish first before bearish. Yeah. So our targets from wherever the market is right now, we might be expecting a bullish momentum into these areas of interest, right? So into these areas of interest. So let me mark out this area too, just for context with another color, of course. Um, okay, maybe for 15 minutes. So the same major high from 15 minutes is here. So apparently the same point I marked out, right? So this area will be valid for at least our TP if you are going to entertain a buy, right? This forces 28 will be valid for our entry if you are taking a buy. So next thing now, and the market is already bullish on the 15 minutes time frame. These are first low. Of course, yesterday it gave a higher low, which is quite interesting. Then of course broke this high, and it's been giving us that move, right? Yeah, a buy. to buy into this area. And that's from 6:30 to buy into this area. And of course, the sale now happen here, basically. Right. Though if I'm taking a sell here, I think I'll make my stop loss so small so that if he takes it out. So this area are potential good areas, basically. The market might tap into before making a major sell back to this point, right? So let me see. So first of all, take it into this area. Now the question is, there's a probability that if you're taking a sell right here, you might want to push beyond, you might want to push into this zone, right? Because based on what I'm seeing here, I want to push into this area. Sometimes God can be so crazy. I want to push into 4647 area. So yeah. So if you are taking a buy first into this point, our sell limit, our sell limit to be all, I think I'll have to choose 466, 4645. Sell limit. I see timing where the sell limit gonna be. But I have to put this whole area into consideration. That's one thing. So the stop loss might be, roughly 20 pips or even more. You get. So that's what I'm saying here. Yeah. But our TP is gonna be this 4627. Or can make it 4629. So let me see. It's coming down and exactly, exactly. Might have to even choose the midpoint, right? Let's choose the midpoint as our entry for a sell limit. If the market gets here, fine. If it doesn't, we know that at least we are safe, right? 4647, exactly, because this is quite an interesting area. So let me see what this market is doing here. Ahead of 630. Yeah, I would love it to be making this move ahead of 630. And this is of course an area of interest. Um, Tap into this FVG down here, which is very, 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 very good. Like very good for a buy. Like I could enter here right now, have my stop loss just down here, but I don't want to rush that yet. Um, but this is a clear zone. In fact, well, think I should do that. That's what my instinct is telling me right now. So let me just enter it. Let's see. Right now, gold price. Which one? Buy. All right. Yeah, I just entered for a buy right now. My stop loss, of course, below 4597. TP. TP is 4630. Wow, yeah. 4630. All right. So let's ride it. So let's see how it plays out. If it's going to give us what we want. Mhm, mhm. Well, let me see. Okay. Yeah, just a buy at where it actually is. SL should be 46, 469, okay, let me see, 4696. Then TP, yeah, 4630. Yeah. So I think this main sell limit we are looking at above here. Okay. Yeah, 4596. Okay. Yeah, exactly, yeah, 4596. 4596. But so let me actually draw it and see. Now we are taking advantage of the swing. This is a clear swing trade, so it's gonna be something like this. This same entry, 96 right here, then persisted into this area. So let's see what 630 looks like. So we are entering our trade ahead of 630 mark. Right. So one or two things can happen here because we're ready anyway. So this 4-6 is like a psychological level anyway. So we are pushing the markets back to, this area. Or we are taking our TP here. Right. Exactly. So that just it. Then a major sell limit will be um around here. 4647. The major sell limit will be around here. 4647. So 20 points. 4647 to 4667. Then back here. So that's the major sell limit I'm looking at. All right. So we have a buy move and a sell move right here. So this is like 20 points stop loss. So it's large, right? 20 points stop loss and it's large. Very. So I believe this might even activate during New York New York session, right? 4647, 4667. There. So that's it about it. Uh, Henry, yeah. So now, how do we come about this, right? First of all, on our 1 hour time frame, right? The market has been selling aggressively since yesterday, right? So right from this very point, it's been selling aggressively, right? Like, I guess aggressively. This was where if you are so sharp yesterday, we would have actually taken this sell. We actually saw this move on the session yesterday. Just back the sell from that point till, this would have been crazy amount of pips. Let me even see that. From here to here, that's like 111 points, right? It's like 1100, 11 waiting there. But just know these lots of pips anyway, right? With 0.1 loss, it's like um more than $1,000, right? Which is actually very, 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 very good. So that's it, right? The market has been tanking downwards and it needs a reset, like it needs a pullback before continuing selling again, right? So, and if you are to pick from the last reasonable swing, which should be this, right? our entry or where the possibility of where it will get to will be here, right? Possibility of where it's going to get to will be here. You guys going down aggressively. Oh, okay. So this is it from this high to this very low, right? So where it's going to get to is around 4628. Right? It's going to be around 4628, right? So for the pullback zone. So it's either 4628 and 4645. That's where it has a potential of going into. Right? For a pullback. So that's why our buy entry is around that price. So that was the idea behind it. Let me see this guy. No, I don't know how. Why is market is tanking? At least I gave this guy enough room. Okay, it was broken. Let me see what the 1 minute is like, people. All right. 1 minute respecting a fair value gap right here, and there is what's it called? Other block right here as well. That's interesting. There's an APG. There's an APG right here as well. So we have 7 minutes to 6 Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. So I would have now I see what is actually attracting it down here. So if you had broken this downwards, I actually would have been, still close to what we took here. The things I would be risking a lot less. I actually would have been perhaps down here, right? So somewhere here. At the end of the day, I think we entered where we entered, and boom, this is that simple. Let's look at this FVG and this going back up. Now here's the reason why it didn't just respect this one and leave. It had to come down here. This is the reason. So inverted FVGs have more potential of being respected than normal FVGs, yeah? So these are inverted FVGs. Inverted FVGs are basically former FVGs that we are not respected, right? You can see this point. Normally, right? This market is supposed to come into this FV, this very one here now, hit it and start going down. But the came failed, right? So now hence giving us a double FVG. Hence giving us a double FVG, right? And if you check this very point, that's where this guy just tapped into and disappeared. Right. So if you do your own personal analysis here, look for areas of inverted FVGs. Inverted, let me just type it out. Oh man, why is this in white? This is also what? Inverted fair value. Eh, Inverted fair value gaps or double fair value gaps. All right, so that's the case right here. So these areas tend to um, give more potential, right? So these are really the best entry right now. But however it is what it is. As I'm just showing us so that we know that it does happen, right? So now also what is reinforcing this idea now is we know we are on a pullback. So what we are actually trading here is counter trend trade here. The trend is downwards basically from the higher time frame, right? But on a lower time frame, we are seeing a pullback happening, right? And for a pullback to happen, we need to see a switch in trend on the lower time frame, just like what happened yesterday, right? What happened yesterday? Market started trending upwards, then of course we can see how clear it is from right here. After this low, gave a new low, higher low, a high, blah 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 until you see this move right now. And that's what you are banking on. That's what you are banking on actually for this move to happen. So let me set my sell limit as well. So we wait. Um, so I want to see how this guy actually plays out. That's how he plays out. Hmm. Four, six, eight. I want to see how. I want to see how he plays out. I'm just curious. See how he plays out. Just curious to see. At 6:30, 6:30 is almost here. So he could just sweep this low, take us out, and start pushing up. Or we see a sharp incline above. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Down, 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 down. Okay. 6:30 is here, and it seems as though we are flying. But let's watch. So once the move happens, I think that will be the end of our session. So let's just watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. 6:30. How many minutes left? Insane. You have like 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Is it gonna sweep us or push up upwards? Let's see. Okay. 6:30 mark. Let the magic happen. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Should be pushing upwards with this one. Okay. It's coming down. At least, I don't even see what I'm risking here. How many points? How many points are we risking? Actually, 4 points, right? Almost five. So it's not that heavy. 4 points. Okay. It's not giving me the push I was actually expecting them. But okay. This guy might want to come and sue this low before buying. Well, let's watch. However it is. Let's see. Whatever it is. Let's see. And then it's slow. But anyways, let's observe it, and if it gives what we want, fine. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Okay, okay, okay. It's coming down. Oh, 12 is low. I think this guy's gonna take us out though. He's gonna just take us out. That's why gold is good. I want to sweep this other block right here. So now the question is, if I actually waited for 6:30, right, that's why I actually go to wait for your time. Now, do you even see what I'm seeing here? Like, you just see what I'm seeing here. Somehow it's very good to wait though. See the FVG right here. Like, these have been the best, like, these have been the best time to enter this trade. That's what I'm seeing now. Then have a stop loss like down here. And so, and so, and so. So let's pray it doesn't take, if it takes us out, then you want to enter again if it takes you out anyway. Having a better points to enter, but it is what it is. Hmm. Now, if it takes us out, you want to enter again. If it doesn't, it's almost there. Just taking out. Amazing. 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 So let me judge. I want to enter this trade again. Expected this VG. This is going to down. So the question now is we enter to that's it, right? Let me see on the type of and that to edit. Okay. Boom. I entered again. Okay. Now my stop loss starts 5. It's rushing into trades. I don't know. It's not the best way, but mm, you know what? Don't rush into the trade. Just let TV. No need to rush into it. Though I entered personally, but I don't want you to rush into it. I've I've had situations like this in the past. Rush into a trade and it will just keep tanking. So I took a buy regardless, but I wouldn't want you to rush into it. But if you have the mind, you can rush into it with a lower risk anyway. So I'm in now, though my SL is at 4592. Okay. All right. So I entered again. All right. So if you want to enter, you can enter with a lower risk than what you um um risked before. Right. If you hit TP, you're gonna cover what you lost on this particular trade. So that's the ideal thing. So that is it. All right. So let's allow the baby to run. 9-2 is like low at this very point. I enter here. 9-2 is like just 4592, right? Is 9 to 2 too close? Just this low. And I don't expect go if go to raise this low, that means this buy move is invalid. So I think that's why I'm gonna keep it out. Then same for 630. Right. So let me see how this one runs. So I've taken my second entry. This is it. Risking just 3 points. Right. Okay, I entered at 9.7, right? So that's like 5 points for me. So if you're entering now, so you're risking like 3 points or 4 points. So that is for your family. Let's say it plays out. If it plays out good, amazing. If it doesn't, that's another L for 630 trades. Right. So that's it about it, family. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's squat. Bullish. So that's it. That's it. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'll keep monitoring it to see how it plays out at the end of the day. Right. So Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome. All right. Cheers and all the best, fam.